Alright, so I did a video a little while ago, my thoughts on what the next Battlefield game should be. And, you know, I said it'll be okay if it was a current or near future type era, you know, game. Now, let's flip it of the spectrum, and I'm going to do a video today on why I think, you know, World War II would make sense and why it should be the next Battlefield game. So I'll give 3 quick points, and you know, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. So let's get into it. So the first one just makes sense, right? Chronological order: World War I, World War II, then they can go up the pipeline to whatever they want to do. And from all leaks and, you know, little Easter eggs and spoilers, I don't know if DICE is just trying to, you know, throw a wrench in here by showing us things that would state it's, well, you know, going to be a World War II game. But pretty much most people, credible sources, are saying that, you know, it's going to go World War II, and that's fine. I mean, it's cool because, you know, DICE really doesn't have to change the engine that much in terms of like the setting. You know, it is still within that, you know, era, within like 30 or 40 years in between times. So it's not like it's a huge technological boost in terms of like how the buildings look and just the vehicles and the weapons and stuff like that. So at least the engine, they could just refine it and just make the game look awesome as usual. And with World War II, you know, you could do a lot more in terms of their structured timeline, you know, since it ranged from about, what was it, 1939 to 1945. You could have different eras of warfare if you want to go through, you know, timelines of decades of war that could be used in the campaign as well as within actual multiplayer. And depending on if they want to do a battle royale, we don't know yet. We'll wait till May 23rd to see if they give us anything in their trailer. Hopefully it's nothing. I mean, hopefully it's something, and it's like nothing like too inconspicuous, right? Like they'll just have some sort of audio, and then that's it, and fade to Battlefield 2018 or Battlefield 5 or whatever it's gonna be. So hopefully they give us something in terms of what it's gonna be within the trailer date. All right, so number 2, the amount of historical battles and the maps they can use to recreate World War II era would be simply amazing. I mean, you could make operation maps or just even conquest maps based off of, you know, such iconic battles like the Battle of Iwo Jima, Battle of Crete, Battle of the Bulge, Battle of Monte Cassino, etc., etc. I mean, I don't know how it would be. I guess if you could do like a battle at Pearl Harbor, I don't know if that would offend people, but, you know, it's just a historical game. I wouldn't mind kind of seeing it. But, you know, your thoughts on, you know, what type of maps they should put in. I think what I want to do once this goes, if it is World War II, I would like to do a breakdown of what maps and what it looked like in terms of operations, conquest, you know, capture points or whatnot, and what the map should look like, what vehicles should be used, obviously what weapons, what factions, depending on the area that the battle took place. You know, it would be awesome see how DICE pulls off the Great War between, you know, the Axis and the Allies, you know, being the major Allied powers, Britain, France, Russia, China, and the United States, you know, versus the Axis, you know, Germany, Italy, Japan, you know, as well as, you know, more than 50 other nations that were involved. It'd be great to see different types of uniforms, you know, and just like soldiers being used and the setting that they'd be used in. I would think that'd be awesome. You could also, you know, have different settings, different wars. War settings would be, the grand scale of World War II in terms of the content would be amazing. I just hope that DICE decides to give us the content, you know, in terms of maps for free, and just find another way in terms of the microtransactions, as long as it's not play to win. Pay to win. That takes effect. I mean, you know, games like Fortnite have really shown that, you know, you don't have to, you know, sell things that are pay to win in order to make an exorbitant amount of money. But getting back to, all right, so let's do the last one, 3. I guess one of the major complaints of World War I was the limited amount of weapons, I guess, at drop. I mean, if you take into account each weapon had, 3 variants basically, and it's not much. I mean, I think a lot of us will really want to go back to the classic attachments to weapons, and I think with World War II, I think we'll be able to get that. I mean, we'll be able to get classic weapons like the M1 Garand, the Thompson, M1941, Sturmgewehr, MP40, grease gun. There's so many guns that have, elevated from the last World War. And, you could put such attachments, different sights, extended mags on most weapons, grips, bipods, instead of their whole variants that they had. Give us the weapons, array of weapons. It'd be cool to give us weapons when the map, when they release some maps as well, depending on what factions they decide to give us along the way. So I don't know exactly, how they're gonna distribute all the weapons, but it'll be good for them to not include them in DLC and just let everybody have them, off the bat. Because the one thing is, you want your player base to stay, and separating them by making them pay my map packs, it just kills the game a lot quicker, and I hope they realize that. They could also incorporate test weapons as their behemoths, like the Santugu Mega sub. I guess they could be used in some, like a Battle of Iwo Jima, like some sort of or some naval battle that they could use as well. The Land Cruiser P1000, that's a huge tank that was created. As well as they do have something called the Kugu Death Ray. I believe they're working in Japan. I mean, I don't think they could kind of use that in multiplayer. Maybe they might incorporate that in the actual storyline, which would be kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, there's so many things that World War II can give us, and it kind of makes sense. And I'm all for it. Like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing a more current gen, like a Vietnam era game. But World War II, man, I have my faith in DICE. They've done a great job in terms of the mechanics of the game and how the maps look. Obviously I have my gripes when you guys come in my videos with things that DICE still hasn't fixed, but I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on anything. And remember to please leave a comment, if you guys haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification button as well to get hopefully some YouTube posts. And we'll also be on Twitch if you guys want to follow us there. And that's gonna be it, guys. So we'll wait for the reveal. And guys, I hope you guys will have a great day, and I will catch you guys later. Take it easy and peace.